Hello, I'm just doing my speech on postmodernism. Postmodernism, what is it? Well, it's a movement away from modernism, and it believes that many, if not all, apparent realities are now social constructs, and they are subject to change in a time or place, so they can change with time and any time. And it is related to the term modernism because post means to come afterwards. So then postmodernism is for that which has come after and is a reaction against modernism. So basically anything that modernist theories and all that, what I think, they just completely destroy it and just do the opposite and say, what's that? And then it rejects the modernist ideas. And the period that we live in now is postmodernism. And Jean Francis Lyotard, whatever his name is, has said that in postmodernism it's the thought that one has given up the idea of a grand narrative. So it's also saying that in postmodernism we must create our own narratives, our own truth and our own meanings. It doesn't rely on science or politics like modernism does. So yeah, and he also claims that the culture that we live in has now been replaced by a culture full of many small stories, many different criteria, and just many different ideas, and everyone's opinion matters really. And it's found in art, history, literature, music, media, and it tends to lean heavily on using forms not traditionally perceived as artistic. It uses kitsch, how do you say that word, or overly simplistic styles, which are examples of it. And and I believe in postmodernism, but I'll talk about it later. Modernism, what's that? Well, it refers to a certain period of a Western culture, and it covers the later 19th and early 20th centuries. It's vague and general, really, modernism, which I think is quite boring personally. It's basically that it believes in science, everything that it believes in has a theory, and it's just the opposite to postmodernism, really. It began well before World War II and ended well after it, actually. And it's in which science established facts, political theory established a social state, and religion's a big part of modernism as well, I think. And that's why quite a lot of religious people will obviously hate postmodernism and not believe in it at all. So yeah, and I am postmodernist because I just think that it's just more interesting, and the theorists, people like Jean or Jean Francis Lyotard, his name is, their theories are make sense. Jean Baudrillard said that how the simulacra and simulation, and how everything in our world now is just images, and nothing's been it's been constructed for us, and that kind of makes sense to the way we live now. And modernism is in the past, so now the world we live in now is postmodernism, and I just think that explains a lot. I agree with it. So yeah, although modernism was optimistic and had a certainty to it, I like the fact that in postmodernism it doesn't, and we kind of have to just make it up ourselves, because that's what it's all about, really. So yeah, that's all I've really got to say. Yep, so thanks.